I actually quite enjoy because I like composition and stuff. I like seeing that done well, and some photographers are doing it brilliant. It's just not my jam, so I don't use any trickery. All my trickery is to do with lines and shapes and colours that are there.
The goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will.
Welcome to Perspective, a podcast for wedding creatives, where we sit down often with a special guest and talk about our many years of experience in the wedding industry so you can learn from us and grow your wedding business. This is a special episode brought to you by Photography Farm in anticipation of Thrive 2022 this March. Thrive is an all-star wedding photography workshop taught to you this year by 6 phenomenal mentors, and we've teamed up with Farm to bring you 6 episodes so that you get to know them a little bit better. In this first episode, we are introducing you to bearded composition and light-obsessed ninja Neil Thomas Douglas, who at Thrive will be teaching you how to make your images pop whatever the venue. That's not the exact title of his... What is it? Make images that pop in any venue. Oh, so close. Before we start, though, Greg, what are we drinking?
Well, we were going to be drinking some espresso, but Neil took ages to get his computer working. So Simon's finished his.
I'm almost finished mine.
I've brewed up some house party on the espresso.
That's right.
For a bit of a change.
Yeah.
So that's what we're drinking.
And so
house party's from Hardlines Roastery in Cardiff. Cardiff? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big ass bag.
And we've also, because I seem to go through my coffee very quickly, we have brewed up some more test roast that we had on the last episode of the podcast.
Because there's never enough coffee.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, you've got it in your hand. You might as well. You might as well. You might as well. And we are reintroducing you to Neil Thomas Douglas. Hello, Neil. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
I'm a little bit tired, but it's fine. You know, 3 kids and a journey to London would do that.
What are we doing in London?
Oh, I was at I took all the kids with my wife, obviously, to the Harry Potter studio tour. So we did that over the weekend. So got the train down to Watford, stayed just around the corner, and yeah, it was great. It was.
Do I hear a funny story about Harry Potter?
Yeah, I'd love to hear a funny story about Harry Potter. I
was down there photographing the interiors for a Brewdog bar, and they just opened it right opposite Harry Potter World, or whatever you call it. And then I went into photograph the bar, and there was a big hoo-ha going on, and like lawyers and stuff like that. And I was like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Did you not notice outside?" I was like, "No, what?" And then I went outside, and Brewdog had put a big sign up saying "Butterbeer is shite."
How fucking dare you? And that reminds me, Greg, I got you a fucking gift of butterbeer. Here you go. Are we surprised? Let me tell you something. I fucking love this shit. I love this shit.
Well, yeah, it was Harry Potter's their lawyer team, and they're going to take the sign down, and Brewdog were like, "No." And I was like, "Guys, I have to like photograph the interiors, so you'll have to wrap this up."
If I had to drink this on the show,
you can
warm.
do.
It's quite warm.
Sure, hang on.
It's a bit warm.
What is it? Is butterbeer alcoholic?
It's not. Well, I hope not, because my kids had quite a lot of it. It's shortbread flavored.
It says
soda,
butterbeer, butterscotch flavored sparkling soft drink.
Butterscotch. That's right.
That sounds all right.
And when you have it at the Harry Potter tour, there's like 2 parts to it. There's like the juice, which is like this, and then there's like a second layer, and it's kind of like a marshmallowy foam, and that is shortbread flavor. So this is butterscotch, and then they add the shortbread kind of layer. And
this newspaper not meant to be like animated and move and stuff?
Yeah, but we don't have the budget in the podcast to do that. So it's just not in the coffee. Jeez. So yeah, we can...
Simon got his wand from the same place he got his webcam.
Don't joke, because I actually did buy myself a wand.
I know you did.
Of course you did.
I know without knowing.
So you finish the tour, and the end of it is taking you to like a room with loads of like
gift shop, probably.
It's wait. This is better because they manipulate you. They get you to this room with wand boxes, and on each end of the wand box, there's every single person who worked on the movie. Their names, right? And all the kids and me at the same time was like, oh, it's kind of disappointing you can't buy a wand here. And then they lead you straight out to where you can buy all the wands. And I heard so many people go through the same conversation with their family. Oh, I wish I could buy one right here. And then go straight there. So me and all the kids, not Lindsay, because she's an actual adult, we all bought ones.
How much is a wand?
It's £33.
Per wand.
Per wand, yeah. So 3 kids and a child man. Yeah, it's expensive having kids and being a child.
Sounds it, man.
But yeah, at some point we'll drink this bar beer. I mean, if you want to drink it now, that's cool, Greg. But we do have a lot of coffee.
We'll hold off. Maybe on another episode.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the fridge and save it for another episode.
Yeah, I would put it in the fridge, man. You don't want to.
You're right. I don't want to spoil this experience for you.
Well, I had some in Florida a couple of years ago, and it wasn't too good.
How fucking...
But thanks.
What a gift.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anyway, Neil, where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm in Glasgow, not too far away from you guys.
Yeah, you're probably, less than a mile away right now?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
If I yelled out my window, you probably just about hear it.
Yeah.
That's right. And if you can hear clicking on Neil's end, that's because he's a busy man. And he's multitasking. He's podcasting and editing his wedding photos.
Oh, yes. Culling. So
culling.
It doesn't. You've got 90% of my attention because culling only takes 10%. So that's
right.
pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, usually when I'm like culling footage, it's like a Netflix TV show or some.
It's pretty. It's pretty autonomous, isn't it? You just, and then I'm just going to upload it to. Here's a wee plug, Imagine AI, and then it'll edit it for me.
That's right. Very
because
cool.
I was up late last night watching the Super Bowl, I'm going to go for a big long afternoon nap.
Well deserved.
Yeah. How was the Super Bowl? Who won?
Yeah.
The LA guys.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the Cats to win, the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
The LA, I even forget. I'm so tired of forgetting the name of them. The LA dickheads won. Are you allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can swear.
But not like any big words. Like just like dickheads, all right, and stuff like that.
I feel like the smaller swear words are the most potent.
I wasn't going to. I was just watching the start, and then it was a really close game, so I ended up watching it all till 3 a.m.
Jesus.
I mean, do people actually watch the sports?
No,
or do they just care about
the event?
Yeah, it's all about the halftime and the ads, right? Were there any cool ads?
Yeah, the sport's really weird. You don't see the ads on BBC because they're not allowed to advertise. So they just cut to the studio. But the halftime show was all right.
Yeah,
you had just a bunch of rappers that were good in the 90s, and prancing about. But
did I see right that Eminem took the knee? And that was a headline. Was he on it?
Oh, I didn't know he was doing that. I thought it was just part of his dance routine.
Oh, well, maybe it was.
Has he spoke against taking a knee before?
I'm genuinely not sure on the issue. I just saw it while scrolling mindlessly on Facebook.
You saw him dancing and you put some political aspect to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, he definitely took...
White rapper takes a knee.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, I should probably get my facts straight before I start. Doing that kind of stuff.
You might be right, man. You might be right. There might have been some significance to it. I don't know.
Let me know if I'm wrong. In however
was
many
1 in the morning at the time.
yeah. But yeah, obviously people will be listening to this in a few weeks' time from recording, so this will probably be old news, or I will have got it completely wrong and made another arse of myself, which is always fun. But yeah, so we've spoken about all of our beverages that we're partaking in this morning. Do you have a beverage?
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero. Coke Zero kind of guy.
Yeah, that's my crack, man. I don't drink coffee, so all your coffee chat goes right over my head.
That's fine. That's fine. We used to go into a lot more detail about the coffee, but
I do listen to your podcast. I remember skipping the start because it's like I say don't skip it. I just put it really fast, so you're like, and then I'm like, yep, there's just
that's just coffee. The caffeine working when we start talking like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I feel sorry for any American listeners that we have, because we're hard to understand at the best of times. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And now you got triple Scottish people. So
that's right. That's right. Coming to your ears faster than lightning. So, Neil, what have you been up to? Because we've not spoken to you for a while. We haven't worked with you for a little while either, I don't think.
No, I was in years and ages. I had a really... last season, wedding season, was absolute chaos. So it was wonderful, but geez, had all of his moments and stuff like that. I don't even know how many weddings I photographed. So yeah, my main aim last year was to survive. It was weird coming from lockdown, like doing nothing, and then just to doing everything. I just kind of wanted it a wee kind of to ease into it, but no, it was full on. But yeah, survived. And then more had a wedding yesterday. It's out in Creer, up the west coast of Scotland.
Oh yes, Are you doing? Now I can't remember what they call it, but when they get photographers who are like part of their suppliers thing, and you photograph the venue for super cheap, or
no.
Okay, go. What is that called? And who are we just having that discussion with?
To do with elopement package or something that you do.
Yeah.
So I did do that during lockdown because I had nothing else to do and I wanted out of Glasgow. And they did 2 elopements. They do 6 elopements a week. 2 on a Tuesday, 2 on a Thursday, and 2 on a Saturday, and then they put you up in a wee cottage next to the sea.
Yes.
And you do the elopements, and it's literally like half an hour before the ceremony for a tiny bit of prep. They get married on a beach, a few snaps on the beach, and then that's you. So you actually like shoot 2 elopements in a day and edit both of them in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not priced as good as what you normally charge, but it's a decent wee number. And like I say, during lockdown, it was lovely because I just got to get out of Glasgow and hang out in the middle of nowhere. So it's great.
I suppose that has its benefits, doesn't it? Like that was well timed.
I took the dog and took the wife as well. Cool. And it's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's a big wedding yesterday.
Big. What classifies as a big wedding now? Because back in the old days, it was like 150. Maybe 100.
Anything over 40 for me.
Yeah.
I'd say over 40. So
okay.
So I've got like packages. I've got my elopement package, which is less than 10 people, because with elopement, sometimes they take their parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I've got a wee wedding package as well, which is less than 40 people. And the reason to do that is a lot of times if it's round about 40 or less, they don't always have dancing. Okay. So my elopement package is 2 speeches if they're before the dinner. Mm-hmm. And that's quite popular. That one works really well.
Yeah,
and they can add dancing onto it if they want. But a lot of them don't really have dancing. They just kind of have a long dinner and stuff like that. So, and then I've got the big wedding. So anything over 40 to me is a big wedding.
Yeah. Do you get sad when they don't have dancing, or do you get more excited because you get an earlier night?
It's I like photographing the dancing, but it makes it a lot more affordable for them because I don't have to wait for, like you sit down for dinner and then you've got that 3-4 hour wait sometimes to dancing.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter. Like in the summer, you can take the couple out again and do some stuff because it's still light.
Yeah.
But in the winter, it's often like 3 hours. You're just kind of sitting about because you don't want to photograph people while they're chewing their food,
Yeah.
And then so it's a lot more affordable for them. I do like the dancing shows. Like last night was a brilliant Ceilidh. It's one of the biggest Ceilidh bands I've ever seen. Like there was just loads of them.
Oh yeah,
and created a great sound. So yeah, that was ace.
Who was it? If you can remember the name of.
It was a big mashup. So you had guys from quite big Scottish bands, and they knew the couple and stuff, and they all had a big mashup and stuff. So it was the guy Skerryvor. He'd just flown in. The guy from Skerryvor, he'd just flown in from Dubai that day and right up to Creer to do it. And then you had people from might as well give them pub Skippenish.
Oh yeah,
as well. So and then they just done just in a wee. They were playing all day, like little bits and stuff. It was really nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I have to say, after a lockdown, I really do appreciate any kind of dancing. And there is, like you said, there's a that moment where it's like you sit down and have dinner, and there's just that kind of long wait, especially if you've been, shooting the whole day and it's been kind of intense. To get to that moment, it's almost hard to get back up.
Oh yeah, especially if they feed you really well.
Yes, yeah.
I'm
going to throw you under the bus because Simon got a knockback at the last wedding.
Excuse me?
We were up at Drumtochty during the week and we were staying over in the stables. So got after dinner, after the dancing, had a beer, cameras were pretty much down, and Simon was like, I'm going to go up for a dance. I'm going to go for a dance. So he asked the photographer, we're like, no, I'm not getting up with you.
Yeah, that's right. Then, I asked you guys and you dinghied
asked a
me.
Guest and they just totally walked past you and ignored you. They were searching for somebody. They needed one more person. They were like, one more. We need a man. And Sarah's like, I'll do it. And they just went into another room to find another guy.
Yeah. Very harsh. Very harsh.
I never did get to dance.
I never did get to dance. I was kind of disappointed about it. But to be honest, I don't know. After COVID, my energy levels for sustained cardio is crap, rubbish. So maybe just as well, to be honest. But yeah, it was good fun actually. 'Cause we were working with a photographer who really appreciated the way that we shoot, which is quite cool. How did he describe it?
He was talking about
a little bit of a bash. He was like, "Oh, tricks."
Theatricals, I think he called it.
Theatricals.
Theatrical.
I
can see that. It is quite theatrical.
There was we did the sort of backlit smoke bomb shot, and he was calling that like a bit of a theatrical thing.
But he was loving it.
It was a bit old school because a lot of the old school photographers haven't seen much of this kind of stuff.
He was actually relatively new.
He was quite young, but he shoots film.
Film. So a very interesting approach. And he was kind of...
All day.
Yeah, all day.
Hybrid.
So he did have a digital camera, but he went through at least 7, 8, 9 rolls of film.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's it's about 20 quid nowadays to get one of them processed. So you're talking, jeez.
Yeah.
What's his name? I want to check out his work.
His Instagram is
Sage
Photography.
Sage Photography.
And then an underscore.
And his name's Simon. You know what? I didn't actually catch your second name. So Simon, I know you're a listener of the podcast. I do apologize. I've forgotten your surname. But yeah, it was really cool. It was really nice to work with him. I liked seeing the different approach to shooting film, and yeah, it was cool. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, back to you because you're like an OG podcast guest. We had you on episode 6 of the podcast, and what episode are we on now, Greg?
We're in the 70s, almost at 80. I think.
Yeah. So and
Wow.
nearly every one of those has been a fantastic guest. Someone in the industry who just knows their shit. But yeah, it all started with a handful, and you were one of them. So yeah, thanks for inviting you up to your house.
Oh yeah, you came up, didn't you? It was brilliant.
It was good.
So obviously there's a full episode that if anybody wants to go back and listen to, which is a few years old now, but there's a full episode that people can listen to. But has much changed in the last 3 or 4 years in terms of work or business?
Are you now on TikTok? Because that wasn't a thing.
I don't know what that TikTok thing is. I always call it TikTok to annoy you. Yeah, no, that's not for me. Everyone says I'd be really good on it, and I should do it, and then I'm like, no. So, I've not posted on bloody Instagram since like the start of December. So what hope have we got to do? Like, however you do it, you know. I don't know how it does it. Yeah, so no.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, TikTok, isn't it? It's like.
Like some of it, I quite like watching it and like seeing how I like the people that just show you their lives and they live in like really remote places or something, and you see them going out for milk and it's a pure mission, and you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah,
I like that aspect of it, but I see all this like folk that can't have a coffee without fucking like showing like the artisan process of it, like. Just fuck off.
Yeah. Greg,
sorry,
where's your TikTok?
I know you use TikToks are a problem because you're well into coffee and you've got an excuse. Your TikTok's probably you guys making a lot of coffee, but it just seems to be like the same shit, you know. It's like the coffee drips through the wee filter and
it's always got to be in slow-mo. You can't make a coffee unless it's in slow-mo.
Aye. Like, yeah. Like, I should do one with a can of Diet Coke, just like that. And then a cinematic burp at the end.
But some people are really good at just throwing the camera up and doing a TikTok trend or whatever it is. But when and this is absolutely no diss to anyone who does this. It's just me. When I see the music and it's like what my business does, boop, and they point up here and they're doing a wee dance. It's like what my interests are like, boop. Boop, up in the corner for our audio listeners. I'm like pointing in different directions, and a different fact about me is popping up. I cringe deep into my bones. I cannot.
They're all wearing floppy hats and stuff.
Yeah, but maybe I need to get over
this. They all
this.
dress the same as well, and they all do the same, and they all just the fucking same.
Yes,
just spores of shit. Just spores of shit, man. But apparently, like I should just be that grumpy old photographer. That should be my TikTok thing.
You would be, yes. Yeah, you would go down quite well, I have to admit.
Yeah, everyone says it, so maybe I should give it a bash, but I don't even know how it works. Like, so yeah, I might one day. I've signed up for it, but I'm scared.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll cut this clip out of you and you can use it as your first TikTok thing. I'm just saying you're going to sign up.
And chop that bit out about me slagging off the coffee people, because I've just slagged off like half of the world. So
that's where you get your views, though. You have that kind of like honest
controversial.
We've got.
Yeah, my ones will start with me making a coffee and just boil in the kettle and ramming like 3 fucking tablespoons of Nescafe in it.
Yeah,
there you go.
That would be it. Easy.
And then going for the dump afterwards, the coffee and sights.
Oh
coffee
yeah,
poo.
Yeah.
Coffee poo. Yeah. They miss that bit, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. Well, maybe they don't. I don't know. Who's to say that won't become a trend? Started by yourself.
Just like you imagine it, just they make the coffee and then they drink it and then just the door shuts and you just hear a kind of and then a flush and then they come back out.
Your TikTok.
Oh no, you're doing it. Tic tac tam.
Your TikTok could just be your poo thoughts. Just a selfie video of your poo thoughts.
Great.
Let's do a friendly reminder. So obviously we're doing this in association with Photography Farm. So let's give you a wee friendly reminder to go and buy your tickets. If you're on the fence and you're in Brighton or Glasgow, you should buy your tickets and you should come to this event because one, it's fucking good. We have been, I was so sad that it wasn't on last year. But I do remember joining the Facebook chats, the online chats. In fact, some of you might remember because I was in my hot tub at the time, just chilling and chatting to people. But it's bloody good. People know the shit. There, you can chat, you can network. It gets really good. And just like Neil said,
if you're not in Glasgow or Brighton, like there's people travel from all over to come to it. So
yeah. But I mean, basically, if you're in those areas, you should have no excuse.
Yeah,
you should come. You have no excuse. Come, and like Neil said, last year was all about surviving. This year is about thriving.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
Sorry,
No,
Lisa. Sorry, Lisa.
That was wonderful.
Sorry, Lisa. Lisa does not endorse this message.
Lisa loves that stuff, man. She'll be like, yeah.
Oh, well then. Fucking yes.
That was actually good. It sounded cheesy in your head, Simon, but it sounded better in other ears. I like that.
Well, to be honest, in my head, listening to it in my head, I thought it sounded cool. But then I said it and I heard it. And I didn't think it sounded cool.
No, you got away with it, man. And I think it's true as well.
Well, there you go. Thrive 2022. Get your tickets. And yes, if you're new to this podcast, we are the Perspective Podcast, a podcast for wedding creatives. And we have so many. Like we said, we're now in the 70s, almost 80s. So if you like what you hear, there's a whole back catalogue for you to check out. Awesome. And if you like even more what you hear, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/perspective by Cinemate. And you can sign up for as little as £1. Anyway, hit that button, Greg, and do it on time this time. Let's get to know our mentor for Thrive 2022. Neil, who are you and what do you do?
I'm a bearded man and I photograph weddings.
Yeah, and the beard's getting better. Like, it was quite short a wee while ago, was it not?
Yeah. I kept on
back.
like trying to shave it myself, and then I would just like get uneven and it just disappear. So it's coming back. It's coming back.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Trimming your own beard is quite difficult. There's things that you need to do and learn to do it. And I have this. It's not good. So, yeah. In fact,
it's getting there, Simon.
Were we off camera when you were slacking off my facial hair?
So you're a bearded man and you shoot weddings. What you said last year was crazy and you don't even know how many you shot, but how many do you aim for a year, roughly, booking wise?
Ooh.
Well, my business has sort of changed, so I used to shoot maybe about, I won't lie, about 60 big weddings a year, 50 big weddings, and now aim for around about 30 big ones, but lots of wee weddings and elopements. I've kind of fallen into that. So, but last year, it must have been over 80. It was mental.
Ooh.
Must have been. So it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I went to the first photography farm way back in 2000. God, I'm old. I think it was 2011.
Is that the one that was actually in a farm?
Yeah, it was a farm. Yeah, and you went down and you spent like 4 days there, and it's in this cool little farm where it's like a recording studio, and had like a swimming pool and stuff like that, and we got fed, and it's absolutely luxurious. Freddie Mercury wrote Bohemian Rhapsody there. There we go. But lots of big bands played there. It's just an incredible place. So, and I've been a big fan of the farm. Photography firm for years. I just loved all it's a wee plug for Thrive, but it's actually more than that, because you get in their awesome Facebook group, and I think that's like one of the biggest supported communities out there for wedding photographers. I think that group's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. In fact, I remember you talking a little while ago, and you were the first person I remember talking about an exit plan from the industry, which I thought was quite interesting.
All right.
Do you still have an exit plan?
Exit plan? No, I love what I do, man. But I always think that one day I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to be cool. Or I would describe myself as that process has even started happening, you know. But I just don't want to be that kind of like really out of touch wedding photographer that's making the couple do stuff that's like really, really uncool and awkward, but I don't know it. So yeah, I do think about like stuff like that, but
it's a job that we can do till whatever age we want, but you're right, eventually we'll become less relevant, because the couples we're photographing are like 25 to 35, or maybe a wee bit older sometimes, but eventually if we're like 50, 60, it's going to be like, can they still relate to those couples that they're working with? Don't know.
Yeah, that's it. It's about relating, and it's exactly that. And so I do think about that stuff, but not too often just now. Though.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy just pushing along.
Yeah,
I think the change in direction is quite good just now for me with the elopements and the wee weddings, and doing a lot more of them, and it's gave me a push to kind of market myself towards that, which I kind of like doing. I don't like it when I'm just sailing along. Like I like to have a wee challenge and stuff like that. So that's been my challenge the last few years, is just not to force it, but like kind of pivot a wee bit towards that sort of stuff. So
was it something that you sort of brought on intentionally, or was it a bit of a result of the pandemic and you've just went for it?
No, I started it way before the pandemic. And then obviously the pandemic, with the rise of small weddings and stuff like that, I think folk are realising that they don't have to have a big wedding. But I love big weddings, but it gives couples who aren't big, some couples, big weddings aren't for them, and it's gave them an opportunity and the realisation, because they're seeing more of them, that, I can have a small wedding with just my immediate family. That's fine, you know. It's maybe what they've always wanted, but they didn't know that it was acceptable, you know. Seeing a big rise in it, and it's wonderful. And then when I do get a big wedding, like Simon said earlier, I appreciate all the dancing more and all the elements of a big wedding more, because I'm going to smaller ones, you know. So it's a nice wee mix I've got going on. I'm quite enjoying it.
And when you do the smaller weddings, like, are you up to Skye? Do you go like far north to Tordon I've stopped doing Skye. Sorry, that's my. I've stopped doing Skye. I'm a bit of a hippie, and it's a 6.5 hour up to Portree and then back again. You know, and that's a lot of fuel burning and stuff like that. So I've stopped doing Skye. So there's amazing photographers up in Skye like Rosie and Andrew and Lynn, you know, and they all live up there, and I know they're absolutely amazing. They know the area better than me. I might do Skye maybe once a year, but I would always factor it in with a little trip up in a wee holiday, you know, so I wouldn't just be going up to photograph an elopement. I can get to like a photograph in Iceland. I can get to Iceland quicker than I can Skye.
Ibiza. Can get there quicker. So not Skye. Glencombe is about as high up as I go nowadays. Mm-hmm. But you've got lots of beautiful spots around about Glasgow as well. So you've got like Monaco and stuff like that do the wee weddings.
Yes.
And little places cropping up all the time. These kind of little boutique hotels popping up and stuff that are allowing people to have their small weddings there. So yeah, it's great, and you don't have to travel far. So if I get an inquiry for Skye, I just recommend locals on Skye. I think it's important for them to keep their local business as well, and with everyone wanting to shoot up there, then and maybe dropping their prices to shoot up there, and then regretting that they dropped the prices to shoot up there when they travel 6.5 hours and it's pissing down for the wedding. I like supporting the local guys up there as well. So.
Yeah, I actually love that. It's not there. I don't think there's any videographers up in that area, right, Greg?
Not that we know of.
Yeah. If you are a videographer or filmmaker and you do live in the area of Skye, get in contact, because I'd love to hear what you're doing and stuff. But yeah.
I'll tell you that also, like if I do the odd one up there, and then if I got an inquiry for like one the next week and I had nothing in between, then I would take that and just stay up there for a week and stuff like that, you know. That's nice. But see them up and downs to Skye, like absolutely crazy. You're traveling 12 hours for like elopement, 3 hours photographing. It just blows my mind. It's mental.
I still love it. I still like the drive. I'm not gonna lie, it's my time. I mean, obviously, I've got 3 kids, and Greg's got a wee baby now. I was going to say,
I might have different. I just probably feel the same if I had 17 children or whatever you have. Greg, have you reproduced as well? Am I right in thinking that?
Yes, got a 6-month-old.
Oh, nice.
So it's still at the stage where I don't like going away and leaving them, but you have to for work. Like we were up in Drumtochty during the week, and it was 2 nights away. It's like.
Yeah. That'll pass.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. Oh, it definitely will.
Sorry, I don't go on social media too often now, so I know like little snippets from the like Facebook group, like Photography Farm. So I can pick up little bits about people's lives from there, but I don't go on it too often. Like, what's your child called?
Dexter.
That's brilliant, class. And is he taller than me already?
He's pretty close. He's quite tall for his age. So yeah. In fact, we met up with his big cousin, who's 10 months older than him, and he's pretty close on height to him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's getting tall.
That's brilliant. Right. Should I talk about my talk?
Well, we're going to get onto that a little bit.
Okay. I need to pee. How does that work?
We'll just sit here and wait for you.
You can go
I'll make sure to take my headphones off.
Definitely take your headphones off. Yeah, and we'll just wait for you. Yeah. We'll maybe pour ourselves another coffee or something.
Yeah.
We'll go for it. I'll let it.
I wouldn't do a jobby. Don't worry. I'll be right back.
Here comes his first Instagram.
5 minutes later.
Did you have a good pee?
Yes.
Good.
I've been constantly typing into TikTok Neil Thomas Douglas to see if you have created your TikTok while doing a pee, but you haven't, unfortunately.
Have I not? I thought I did. Oh. I'm definitely on it. I might be like under another alias. Like my online gaming alias is Picklebutt, so I might be under that.
Picklebutt. So you're a gamer.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Only during lockdown. My PlayStation's pretty dusty now.
Yes, fair enough.
I got into COD. Picklebutt was fucking ruling the world.
I also
it's Sir Picklebutt.
Sir Picklebutt.
Yeah, that's
on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna add you. All right, we're back from the bathroom. Neil, let's talk about your style for people who don't know exactly what you do, and I'm gonna throw maybe a couple of images up on the video so that people can check out some of your images. Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, but describe your style.
Oh, I hate that question, man. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. It's very, I use light a lot. I use composition a lot. It's influenced probably by classic art, and yeah, I take like classic art techniques, lighting techniques and stuff from painters and stuff, as well as photographers, but also film and stuff, and I shove them into wedding photography. Mm-hmm. And that's probably my style.
Yeah.
Someone described me as earthy the other day. I'm like, I'm not a fucking mushroom, you know.
You're wearing a color palette of earthy. I quite like it.
Oh, maybe they're talking about that. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, I'm not a mushroom, man. I don't really like the I get why people do tag themselves, because it's if you can find a word that describes you, then use a shout of it, because it's really good. But I can't find a word that describes my thing.
Yeah.
God, I am a bit I'm like a teddy bear today. I'm just looking at myself there. I was like, shit, sexy teddy bear.
A sexy teddy bear. Oof. All right.
If I don't say so myself. So influenced by lots of classic art stuff and color. I love color as well. Use a lot of color in my work.
Yeah, you do.
So yes, a colorful, arty wanker.
That is Neil Thomas Douglas.
That'll do.
Yes,
that'll
let's see if the next question helps you a wee bit with answer. Like, do you have a specific approach to how you shoot a couple on a day?
Yes, that's better. So this is more my jam. Absolutely. So first of all, I want them to look relaxed, happy, and awesome. That's the three things, man. I want them to look happy, relaxed, and awesome. That's what I go for all the time. And I also want people to be interested in the photograph. And this is what my talk's about. Not necessarily not knowing why people are interested. So you flick through your phone just now and you're like image, and it doesn't hold your attention. You know, it's hard to get someone to stop even for 10 seconds to stare, 4 seconds to stare at a photo. Sorry, I tried to mute that. So I use compositional tricks and stuff and techniques to hold people's attention and really make them think about the photo and stuff, and try and get them to actually discover little small other elements in it and really be drawn in. And, yeah.
Very cool.
I'm going to have to start a new recording.
You're frozen again.
Refresh.
Cool. Well, now that we're back, sorry about all the technical issues, listeners. But yes. So, Neil, I have a funny feeling we asked you this all those years ago on episode 6 of the podcast. But you're out on an elopement or a wedding. What's more important, the light, since you've mentioned that light is a big part of your work, or the location?
Light
is the most important. Okay,
100%.
Cool.
100%.
I am going to.
Obviously, if they both fall together, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is what part of my talk's going to be on is like say what you prioritize and stuff like that. What to look for as well. And it was originally going to be called contrast, but I thought that was a bit too kind of photography club sort of dryness,
Yeah.
So I called it pop because that sounds modern, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like it.
And you're right, because like sometimes you've got the great view one way, or so Career yesterday was a classic one. It was so windy. Siri, beat it. Jesus Christ. Well, life's just full of interruptions these days. You can't even fucking concentrate for a second. Watch starts talking to you. So yeah, clear as an example yesterday. So had kind of harsh light coming from one way, and that was coming from the place where the awesome view was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the other view was, and it was nice. It's still lovely. We're still on a beach, but it wasn't as good as the one where the harsh light was coming from. Mm-hmm. So I went with the light.
Yeah.
But also went with the wind, because the wind, it was gale force wind. So I could only put the brides facing the wind. So the hair went out her face. If I popped her the other way, it just looked like Cousin It, you know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, it's a really good question. I think a lot of my talk will be about that, what I prioritize, but also when you get that in your head, what you prioritize, you also train your eye what to look at.
Yep.
Yes.
And a lot of folk are like, oh yeah, it's all very well for you, Neil, out in the mountains and stuff, and you just stick them in front of a big mountain and your job's done, you know. But it's more complicated than that. And also, I don't always shoot out in mountains. So this Saturday coming, I am in a rundown theatre in Leith in Edinburgh.
Cool.
You know, then the weekend after that, I'm in a cathedral in Dunblane. You know, so I do shoot all these, and so my talk's about so what to train your brain, what to look for, patterns, colours, shapes, changes of light, good light, bad light, all that, and then you can essentially, if you know all this, it doesn't matter where you are or what the weather's like outside. You can create some magic and create something awesome for your couples, even when you're up against it, and maybe a less inspiring venue, shall we call it, or the weather's not playing ball, or you're in even if you're in a city, like say I was shooting in Ipswich. Never been to Ipswich, don't even know where it is, but I can use them skills because I'm going to a new place to create an awesome shot from a couple based on the factors of that. So it doesn't matter where I am or if I know it.
So when you go to a new place, do you get out your Sun app and do you look at where the light's going to be, and that's kind of how you maybe pick your places to shoot at, or are you going to somewhere kind of fresh? Like if you've not been there before and you're just looking at how the light is right there and then and making that call.
Yeah, because you don't know what it's going to be on the day. So I don't like them sun apps. They're too complicated, man. There's lines everywhere, isn't there? There's there's a blue line up, and then they're going that mental. So I use you might not know this one. So a thing called a compass.
Oh, the old traditional magnet and a pin.
No, a compass app. I think that'd be a bit too hipster if I brought out an actual compass.
Well, you did say you don't like technology, so.
I'm saying that a robot is actually editing an elopement while I speak to you. So I love technology. But no, I don't understand some of it. But compass. I can imagine getting out the compass and funny.
So I'm going to ask this kind of brutal question, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously your talk is titled "Make Images That Pop at Any Venue."
Yeah.
Why should a photographer care if their images pop or not?
No, pop is just a word. So it's not. It's pop. I suppose what I meant about that is stand out.
Yeah. No. Sorry. That's fair. Why should photographers care about making an image stand out rather than just documenting?
Yeah. Well, I should hope they're documenting anyway.
Yeah, but you can without thinking like that, you can just instantly turn your camera and go click, and not think about, okay, where am I going to be to get a certain moment? You know?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
So you're doing that all day, you know, like I think and you do get photographers who do purely documentary and stuff like that. But I think most couples would expect a kind of couple shoot, and like you could stand them in a doorway or whatever and just photograph them, or you can create a bit of art for them, basically. That'll look awesome on their wall. They'll be the happier they are, the more they share about it, the more they rave about you. I mentioned I hadn't posted on Instagram or any social media since the start of December. I was still getting bookings because I get my couples talking about me and stuff like that. And it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
it's good fun, and to mess about with light and shit like that, it is good fun. For me.
I had a question off the top of my head there when you were talking about the light at Creer. Was that like harsh light coming straight in, like very aggressive, harsh light? Because a lot of photographers and video people avoid harsh light because they think it's the devil's.
It is. It wasn't too harsh because it's still February, but it was a bit lower, but it was pretty intense. But we couldn't because of it was like literally like 10 minutes, and then you get mad gale force winds with showers, so you had to take the chances to go down the beach. But I know a lot of the videographer yesterday was on Saturday was super excited.
Excellent, yeah.
So and I've seen that a few times. The videographers like a bit of harsh light because it gives them contrast, and you don't really mind too much that it's high in the sky or it's like totally blinding. Like, you know, it's like really harsh because it gives you that dramatic highlights and stuff. Where in photography, it's just a pain in the arse.
Yeah. It is really funny that, I mean, even some photographers are scared of it.
But also, that's just while I remember, it's, that's another thing I'll talk about in Thrive as well, because it's not just about the venue, it's about conditions. So I will speak about what to do in harsh light. I've had folks saying, comment on my photos, oh man, you got lucky with the light there. I'm like, no, that's 3 o'clock in July with the sun beating down. I just worked it. It's the worst light you can shoot in, and I had no option, so I've just done a few things, which if I told you now, nobody would come to my talk. So
no, absolutely.
But yeah, I will be covering. It's not just in any venue or any situation. It's also like weather conditions and different lights and stuff like that. So yeah. So basically, the whole thing is when you're up against it, how to pull stuff out of the bag, and
And just for those listeners who are thinking there's some like camera trickery, like, do you use any? I'll go back to the word tricks. Do you have like any smoke bombs? Do you use like brass pipes, dirty glass? Do you put things in front of your lens to?
No, none of that. I actually quite enjoy because I like composition and stuff. I like seeing that done well, and some photographers are doing it brilliant. It's just not my jam, so I don't use any trickery. All my trickery is to do with lines and shapes and colors that are there. And the way I use them, but I don't use any prisms, isn't it? But Sam, speaking about prisms, Mr. Prism, Dr. Prism, Sam Hurd's going to be at Thrive as well.
Yes, he is. We're going to be speaking to Sam. Obviously, his talk is going to be now. The title: Choose AI, Choose Life.
Cut it again.
Oh my goodness, technology.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Again, folks, we've had technical issues. So we're going to be speaking to Sam Hurd. Obviously, his talk at Thrive 2022 is titled Choose AI, Choose Life. Yeah. So I'm assuming that he's going to be talking about why you should use an AI to edit or cull or to help your post-processing.
You mentioned a second ago that there's an AI software editing a wedding for you right now, so how are you finding
it's finished.
Software? How are you finding it?
I'm finding it good. It certainly does speed it up. It's not like that. I tend to find myself, I'm just doing it just now, going through, it gets pretty spot on, but I don't like it cropping and stuff for me and straightening. So it can do all that stuff as well, but I don't like it doing that. So I go through and crop and straighten image, and what I find is I do little minor tweaks to each photo as I go along.
Right.
Yeah. It's cutting it in half. Like I'll have this elopements. It's quite a shot. Shot quite a lot in this one. It's like 697 photos, and I'll have this edited by 3 o'clock, so I can go for my afternoon nap.
Yeah. And that was one other thing that I remember standing out about your talk. Your editing time, and I think we've spoken about this when we've been at weddings having dinner together, that your editing time is like...
It was already pretty fast.
It was already pretty fast. I mean, it's down to like a few hours at this point per wedding, right?
Yeah, so like a big wedding that used to... like sitting down from cull to finish... I could do a big wedding in a full day, and that's with like everything else you do in a day, you mess about and stuff like that. But now I can do it in about half a day.
Yeah. So
a big wedding, so maybe about from cull to finish, maybe about 5 hours, 6 hours.
So the AI software is the AI software sort of, is it mainly just applying your preset? Is that the main feature that it's doing for you?
I'll let Sam explain it a bit more, no, it's not. It learns your edit, how you. So it does apply your preset, but it's individual preset basically to every photo. So it learns what you're doing and averages it out under different lighting conditions. It is quite clever. It's quite clever. So that's Imagine AI. They're actually, if you are going to Thrive, they're one of the sponsors, and some of them guys will be there as well, so you can hang out with them. And I wanted them, like in my head, that there's just like this big mad robot in the background doing all this for us, and I wanted them to like unveil the robot at Thrive, like it was like like that Johnny Five robot, and he's just walking about greeting everyone, and we were like, "Oh, thanks for the edits, man!" And it's like, "All right, it's okay."
Johnny Five is alive.
Yeah, so that's what I can't guarantee that's what's going to happen, but in my head, that's what's going to happen.
Hopefully, it is. Yeah.
Are
you going to be talking about some of your editing at all at Thrive?
So the way Thrive works is on the day one, all the awesome speakers speak for about an hour, I think it is, on their given subjects. And the next day, you can purchase a shoot day session with any of the speakers. And basically, we get a couple. I'm going to use a wedding couple because a lot of them don't. But I shoot a lot better with wedding couples than I do like just a couple in jeans and stuff. I don't know why. So I'm going. So you can, and I'll shoot and stuff, and then you can shoot. You can ask me all sorts of questions. But I was speaking to Lisa the other day. I was like, "How long do these shoot sessions last?" And it was like an hour and a half. And I was like, "Oh shit, my couple shoots normally last about half an hour max. Like I'll run out of poses after like half an hour, man. I'll just be standing there like, let's do this one again." Lisa said I could sit down and take everyone through editing, which is great. So you get the added little bonus of that, and it's they're small sessions as well. So you literally just sit down and go through it and just ask any questions you want and stuff like that. Because I know folk worry about editing and stuff, and they might think there's like a secret sauce to it all and stuff that nobody's telling them, and they buy all these presets. But it's not. It's not like that. It's an important part of the process. If you shoot with your editing in mind and stuff like that, then yeah, it can be fast, quick, and you can still get like gorgeous colors and skin tones and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be fantastic. I think that's a valuable part of the process that shoot sessions kind of often skip over a lot of the time.
I was super excited when Lisa said they could do it, and they also get like you can just sit down. Like people can ask you questions when you're shooting, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're actually sitting down, just chilling, having a coffee, and just you can take a lot more time to answer any queries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I always say to folk, if like there's no like, if they think their question's stupid, just ask it, because I've probably asked someone the exact same question at some point in my career. So I'm just recycling. Like I'll probably ask 5 people, and I'm just going to tell you the best answer I got from someone. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Speaking of stupid questions, what's in your kit bag? What camera are you using these days?
I shoot all my weddings using this.
Ah, lovely.
That is a Polaroid camera.
For anyone just listening, yes, Polaroid.
It's got a wee rainbow thing. That's right on theme.
That's it. So what I do
is that
is I
not
wipe
the
the
Instagram logo?
I wipe the dust off it, and then I just snap away. And then I use this as well. So this is a Leica M3, and again I just wipe the dust off it. And then this one requires no electronics; it's all mechanical.
Do you need to put any film in that at all?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't bother. I just try and look cool. And then I've got this, which is a digital camera. This is a Leica taped together Leica M9. It's 12 years old, and I like this camera because it doesn't go over ISO 400, so it's super flexible in all conditions.
It's been going bungee jumping as well, I see. It's been going bungee jumping as well. I like that.
Yes, boing. I shoot. So they're just my geeky cameras that I have literally just within a arm's distance. I shoot Nikon. And I shoot a Nikon. I'm still a DSLR sort of guy. I'm going to move mirrorless one day, but I'm waiting for the next release from Nikon. Not entirely. I've used one and it's good, but it's not quite there. I think they can do better, so I'm just going to hold off. I'll use a Nikon D780.
Cool.
They should just give them like cool names, shouldn't they? Like. I don't know, like... Oh, fuck.
Brain freeze, try to think of
I'm
something.
thinking, like, honestly, I'm thinking of lunch now, so I'm like, like Nikon Falafel, you know, like, they gave them all these dorky names. But I'm using this, and it's cool because it's a hybrid. So it's easing me in. It's easing this old man into mirrorless.
Yeah.
So through the viewfinder, still the optical viewfinder, which I enjoy. And at the back, they've took the technology that's in the digital, in the mirrorless Nikons, and they've stuck it in the LCD. So you've got the mad focus and stuff like that. And being a short guy, I use my LCD a lot. And so I'm really enjoying that feature of it. So I just moved to 2 of them last year, and the colors it produces are amazing, and it works under low light. And everyone's like, I moved to mirrorless, and since I moved to mirrorless, I hardly ever miss focus. Like, and then that makes me think: were you fucking missing focus before? Like, what are you doing? Like, wedding photographer, you can't like, oh shit, sorry, I missed that fucking moment. You know, out of focus. So I will move to mirrorless one day, but I'm just chilling. Just now. I think it's quite a big investment moving as well. So I want to move at the right time, instead of buying the gear now and then in a year they bring out the one the one, and I'm like, shit, I have to sell that for less and then buy it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So especially like when you go mirrorless, they've usually developed a whole new lens system for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you either need an adapter or overhaul all your lenses.
Yeah. I think when I do it, I'll go because I'm a bit of a lens geek. I wouldn't want, and I've heard the adapters work all right, but they always say the adapters work okay, which concerns me. I don't like stuff working okay. I like when that's why it's going to be such an expensive move. I'll go full hog, and get the mirrorless lenses as well. So maybe next year or if they release something to the tail end of this year. I think they're having trouble finding microchips and shit just now, aren't they?
Yeah. It's
like fucking. I'm love dry roasted peanuts. Like really love them. And there's a dry roasted peanut shortage just now as well.
Oh really?
The whole world, the whole world's fucked, man. It's like, like have a look and see if you see dry roasted peanuts.
Yeah,
seen them in Morrison's yesterday, actually. The KP ones, the best ones, and they were up to £3.75 for the bag that usually costs me about £2.20. Yeah.
Mm. How are the how are the poppadoms, which by the way are factually bread?
Yeah. So so you don't watch Off Menu, Simon?
I don't watch Off Menu. I don't even know what this is.
He said something in the intro when we were speaking, and I'm like, he's got that off of that style of presenting off Menu. So listen to it because you remind me a wee bit of one of the presenters. So.
What, me doing the intro with my intro voice?
With your intro voice, come on, some of the stuff you say, and it's a good thing, by the way, because it's one of the most successful podcasts in the world. So,
well,
I need to check it out.
Well,
it's James Acaster. You know him?
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, the comedian, the dry. Comedian. I like him. I like his comedy. Is that his podcast?
There we go. So, listen to it. It's absolutely wonderful for you. Listening.
But now I almost don't want to, because then I'll realize I'm speaking like another podcast, and then I might have to try and change it up.
No, it's not obvious. It's just it's a good thing. It's more of a kind of rhythm style and style. It's good.
I basically have that rhythm style because I can't read fast enough. So I'm having to take breaks so my eyes can read the next words. And
you're a bit slow.
And, well, half the time I butcher the intros. Now that we're doing them kind of, even though we're recording the podcast, not live, because we used to do it on Clubhouse. I just
remember Clubhouse.
Where's that gone? I don't know.
I enjoyed that.
I sometimes get messages popping up from conversation, and I'm just like, I should just delete the app. Not that it's a bad app, because I did really enjoy it during the lockdown period. It was really, it came at a really good time. But it
was mad.
So we got a podcast recommendation there from you, but if you've got any book recommendations for us, maybe to help people with composition, because I know you're a massive photography book geek. So
I'll see what I've got here.
Here's some recommendations. Jeez, that's a big one.
Classic. So I'm a bit of a collector, so they're all kind of fancy.
The Decisive Moment.
This is a Decisive Moment by Cartier-Bresson.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the classic photography book. I've just got a nice little special edition that's got
that book's about the size of you.
Oh, it's huge. It's got all the I'm a bit of a nerd, so it's got stuff with his own notes and stuff like that. And he talks about his work a lot and
very cool.
Stuff like that. Let's see what else I can find. Oh yes, so dusty. Everything's dusty.
It's
William
earthy.
Eccleston.
Oh another classic.
No, he's mainly associate him with kind of still life a lot. Mm-hmm. Just objects and stuff. But this book's just on his portraits.
Yeah.
Which I say is because the way he uses light and color and stuff like that, and his portraits are all in the mundane and stuff. And it's super interesting. And the way he uses color is phenomenal. And And so it's got a lot of his early black and white stuff as well in it. So yeah, highly recommend that actually. See for shooting couples or just like portraiture. It's great.
Very cool.
Kappa in color as well.
Kappa in color?
Yes.
Oh,
Kappa
nice.
in color. Yeah, that's class because it's a lot of kind of fashiony feel to it, but it's kind of relaxed. It's great. A lot of Kodachrome used and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff from classic New York, and yeah, I love it. Yeah. One more. Let's see what I can find. Let's go for two more.
2 more.
3 more. Okay.
3 more.
3 more.
You're getting your value, listeners.
3 more. Oh, books going everywhere now. I'm getting excited. Bruce Gilden.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. Going just to see the weirdness that is New York and stuff, and his work's absolutely incredible. It's just,
is that more of the editorial style photography?
Like there's like some it's like oh no, it's just absolutely nuts, man. It just captures how fucking crazy the streets were back then. Peter Lindbergh was his like fashion photography.
You could literally kill someone with that. You could literally kill someone with that book.
Oh yeah.
I think it is.
But it's a lot of like sort of like just
a
lot of stuff you can use in weddings actually. You know, for bridal portraits and even couple shots. Just the way it's all lit and stuff. So that's quite a nice technical book. Not that it speaks too much, but it's all just portraits. But looking at light and stuff like that, and the way he uses it, and you get a lot of posing ideas and stuff. He's very good at posing hands.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
Yeah. I love that. And by the way, it says loads because a photograph has 1,000 words.
Yes.
It says 1,000 words.
I have to mention my old pal as well, Martin Parr. Absolutely wonderful. So that's his Think of Scotland one, which is a take on his Think of England, which was one of his classic books. So this is a modern one he done. This is more of his modern stuff, but Think of England's the classic one, and Life's a Beach Life's a Beach as well. It's absolutely wonderful. It's like,
how often do you actually sit down and pull out a book and flick through it?
These ones, as you see by the dust, not too often, but I do flick through it. Like this one, I flick through quite a lot.
So I love that one. Yeah,
it's the Magnum contact sheets, and you can just see how you done editing back in the day and stuff, and the dodging and the burning and stuff like that.
When I went through my film stage, I bought myself that book, and I sat in the bath for hours just looking at it.
Oh, it's incredible!
All the hand notes and stuff. It's a
and then ones for your videographer people. Let's see. This is cinematic storytelling.
Oh yeah.
It's 100 most powerful film conventions every film or filmmaker must know. So I like reading about that. So it takes you through Citizen Kane like stuff they used in that.
Yeah.
And so I like learning about film. I'll never be a videographer.
That's also a great book if you want to learn how to like create a scene and like shoot a scene. And how to tell it in a more of a filmmaker, storyteller-esque point of view. Yeah. How to come in and out of scenes, and it's good.
That's a good one as well. It's The Mind's Eye by Cartier-Bresson, and that's him actually writing about his work in composition and lines and stuff. But I've got quite a lot. I could do a whole podcast on it.
It's turned into a show and tell. I love it.
A show and tell, but for the audio listeners, they're like, what is happening? There's just a whole load of dead air. It's just us looking at books. Go to our YouTube channel and watch the video. And you also get to see the earthy Neil in all of his glory.
Neil the Mushroom.
Neil the Mushroom. Just because you're just such a fun guy.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Is it time to wrap up now after that joke?
One more question in notes, Greg. One more question. Go, ask it. It's got a G next to your name. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, Greg.
So, to wrap up, for any newcomers to the industry, do you have any sort of advice for them other than come along to Thrive?
Come to Thrive and I'll tell you.
Bring some roasted peanuts to Thrive and you'll get some nuggets of advice.
No, I think like obviously a lot of people worry. So there's a lot of wedding. For years, there's been lots of wedding photographers out there. You know, the market's been pretty saturated with wedding photographers. But I'm actually seeing a shift, and there's bollocks loads of weddings out there. So if you are just starting out and you're looking, you know, to get, the hardest thing is getting the weddings to show off, you know, like to promote yourself with. I think now's the time to push hard this year, and you'll get the bookings, which then you can use to get future bookings. That's how it works. So if you are super new, there'll be lots of really awesome photographers out there who are super busy this year, desperate for second shooters, for assistants. So make this your year. Go out, ask, like, if a second shooter is shot with me, and I always say just check with me like beforehand, but 99% of the time I'll be like, yeah, you can use that photo in your portfolio, you know. And so, yeah, I'd say this is a year, if you're super just starting out, email your favorite photographers, email photographers who are local to you that you like, and just get out there and start shooting. So what I'm seeing is a lot of these style shoots, you know, and you pay, what is it, it's 500 quid, and you go and you shoot for portfolio work.
Yeah.
Go out, shoot with great photographers, get paid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And get stuff, obviously clear it with them because other photographers work differently, and you can get stuff hopefully for your portfolio. So yeah, I'd say this is a year of the second shooting. Get yourself out there, no excuses.
That's
Boom.
right. Create your TikTok accounts. Get on Instagram. Shoot.
Yeah, get on that tic-tac. Yeah,
Get on that TikTok. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us online again, Neil.
Yeah.
Where can people find you online?
Pleasure. Well, not that I post too often. Instagram, Neil Thomas Douglas. Is it? Yes, it's Neil Thomas Douglas. And then I think Facebook the same, but it's been like 5 years since I posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then website is neilthomasdouglas.com. Or you can see me on stage at Thrive, and then you can come for a beer with me afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely. And people can find us.
Are you guys coming to Thrive?
We are, so
coming to
yes.
Glasgow one?
Of
We'll be
course.
at Glasgow.
Of course we are. Part of me was wanting to go
Yeah.
down to Brighton for the Brighton one and just like take my camera and just video stuff, but I don't think I can
Well,
stretch.
I've got a Saturday off, so after Thrive finishes on the Friday night, I'm hoping everyone goes for a beer and stuff, because that's a great part of Thrive as well. It's just meeting everyone and having a little drink and stuff. And it's rare for me to have a Saturday off, so I'm ready to party.
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we should be with you on that one. So we'll come for a drink with you.
Right.
But yeah, people can find us also at Thrive. Come and say hello if you're a listener of the podcast, because we can't see your faces, and it's always nice to get some feedback. So please come and say hi. People can find us, though, at cinematefilms.co.uk, on Instagram and Facebook at those /cinematefilms. Thrive is happening on the 21st and 22nd of March in Brighton, and the 24th and the 25th of March in Glasgow. 6 incredible speakers, shoot sessions, so that you can see your heroes in action. That's right, Neil is one of my heroes. Maybe he can be your hero too. Lunch and snacks provided. It's held at 2 incredibly cool boutique hotels. You get a killer goodie bag and the chance to hang out for 2 days with some of your peers. I mean, fuck me,
Yeah,
that's
and
a good
also
time.
access to the farm Facebook group as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Can't describe how great that place is, man.
It really is. Even I went on there. I found the barn resource really good. Years ago, I was just consuming all the videos. So yeah, definitely recommend joining. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, book your tickets to Thrive And join us on Patreon at patreon.com/perspective by Cinemate. For as little as £1, you can support us producing this podcast. And you get all the bonus content there. There's obviously no bonus content from these 6 Photography Farm episodes. We're giving you everything to listen to. However, if you don't have any money to give, that's absolutely fine. You can listen to the podcast for free wherever you get your podcasts. If you like the podcast, leave a review. If you don't, please don't leave a review. Because, However,
in the meantime,
wait. Don't cut me off because you pushed the button at the wrong time. Hang on. Enjoy your thrive. All right. I'm such a loser. Wait, do you think I should change the enjoy your thrive? Because it's usually I say enjoy your life. I change it to enjoy your thrive, but maybe I should say
listeners will know what you're doing.
Since Neil thinks that Lisa will enjoy the don't just survive, thrive. Maybe I should say that for these 6 episodes. Don't just survive, thrive.
Yes, like honestly,
that's how it's going to be from the next few episodes. Bye.